All right, recording in progress. So I won't make the same mistake that I made yesterday. So first of all, thank you guys for joining us this evening for our crypto arbitrage presentation. I'm going to go through the information for you. And then at any point, if you have any questions, feel free to drop those questions in the comment section. That will not bother me at all. And then if you can, I know some people are listening via phone or things like that. If you can't drop it in the comment section, then feel free to unmute to ask your question. That will not bother me as well. So with that said,
it's canceled.
We will get stuck. Google's reminding me to hit record so I don't mess up like I did yesterday. So let me share my screen with you and then let's get going. All right, I got my screen shared. All right, so today we're going to be talking about crypto arbitrage, a pathway to financial freedom. You guys have seen our post. If you're friends with me or with some other people, you'll know that we've been talking about a avenue of investing that has been very successful for us over the last few weeks. And so I want to share that with you so that you guys have the opportunity to take advantage of it. Because a lot of times we may not be able to take advantage of things simply because we don't know. And so we're trying to spread the word to anybody who wants to get involved in this so they have the opportunity. So before we begin, I do need to put out this disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Results that I may talk about, my personal results, are not guaranteed. I'm letting you guys know what has worked for me, as well as some of the other people that I know, but not telling you that that will work for you. It's always your responsibility to research and make a decision that you feel comfortable with and that's best for you and your life. With any investment, we need to make sure that we never invest in anything that we cannot afford to lose. And that we also got to understand that no matter what the investment is, there always contains some level of risk, all right? Some level of risk. So what is arbitrage? Arbitrage trading. Arbitrage is an investment strategy which an investor simultaneously, right, buys and sells an asset in different markets to take advantage of a price difference to generate a profit. The one disclaimer I would like to put out there, because if you've been watching the news recently, you understand and you've heard about crypto, and the price is fluctuating and things like that. And we're talking about crypto arbitrage. What I do want to let you know that the price of crypto, the price of the asset itself, whether that's 28,000, 30,000, or 60,000, that price does not impact what happens with crypto arbitrage. Because I've had that question. I've had people like, well, I don't want to do anything because them prices all over the place. Please understand that the fluctuation of the price of the asset itself, the coin itself, has nothing to do with the arbitrage, because arbitrage is about taking advantage of a price difference and generating a profit. And so the next slide, I kind of tell you about that. Crypto arbitrage trading is the process of buying a digital asset on one exchange and selling it simultaneously on another where the price is higher. The simplest way I can make that work for you in real time is that imagine you buy a pair of shoes or a dress or a tool at a garage sale, right? And then you immediately put that thing on eBay and somebody buys it. Imagine if that was all done quickly. You brought it at 5 o'clock, you put it on eBay at 5:10, and then by 5:15, somebody had already bought it, right? You bought something at a cheaper price, you put it out there, somebody bought it at a higher price. That is all that's happening with crypto arbitrage. Is that the value of the coin the exchange is being taken advantage of. So when one place may have that coin at $28,001. The next place may have it at $28,001.50. So there's a 50-cent difference in the exchanges. So the arbitrage takes place by taking advantage of that 50-cent difference. And so it's buying multiple coins, selling it simultaneously. That's why, if you understand, this is a low to medium risk, because you're not buying the coin itself. You're not buying the asset. You're taking advantage of the difference in cost at multiple exchanges. So that's where the money is made. And so what happens is it happens multiple times a day in great frequencies. Now I'll show you my account in a moment so you'll understand what I'm talking about. And so the thing is, the platform runs 7 days a week, 365 days a year. So just today alone, last time I looked at my account personally, I had made a little over $300 and something. Let me look. I think as of now, I made $461 today. And so it's running all the time. When you're sleeping, it's running. When you're at work, it's running, right? When you're watching TV, it's running. So as I chilled out today with my family, I attended church, I did some yard work, I played with my kids, I was still making money while all of that occurred. And that's the great thing about this. It'll give you the ability to have a semi-passive income that can really grow over time and be substantial, all right? If you're wondering, like, man, I don't have a lot of money, that's okay. The minimum investment to get started is only $9, right? If you think about it, most of us spend that much money on eating out a week. If you just think about it, how much money do you spend? And I'll look in the chat real quick. How much money do you spend eating out a week, right? How much money do you spend buying something that you don't necessarily need, but you just want? How much money do you have right now? Just think about it. How much money are you? I know just this weekend alone, I'll spend easily $100. Now I got a family of 5. I'll spend easily $100 this weekend alone just eating out. Or grabbing a snack or a drink or some slushies or something like that. And so if you take that money and invest it, and I'll show you in the calculator soon, that $100 can easily, within a month's time, grow to substantially more money based off compounding interest, all right? The platform is 100% free to use. There's no subscription or license fees. The COTPS, which is crypto's OTC trading platform, has been around since 2019. If you're wondering, hey, I've heard of some of these things, you got to leave your money in for so long before you can withdraw it. Or if you do withdraw it, there's a penalty. With COTPS, there's no penalty for withdrawing your money. You can withdraw your money at any time. I've tested the system. I withdraw money and I have my money into my account within about 15 to 20 minutes. Now, in red, you'll see it depends on which wallet you deposit the fund into, which determines how long it would take. All right. So once again, I am not telling for you that it would take only minutes. That was my experience. But if you use the things that we have set up, then your experience very well could be similar if you use the tools and strategies that we outline throughout this presentation. All right. Has a tier referral affiliate program involved. Though this is not an MLM, you are rewarded by the company for getting other people involved. All right. And the only way that though you receive a reward, I see Alicia's on here. So if Alicia makes money, then I could make some money if she signs up under me. And so let's say she put $1,000 in. Well, the normal range of return is 3.6% a day. So 3% of $1,000 is $30. So Alicia that first day will make $30. All right. So what the company does, it says, Ralph, since you got Alicia in, we're not going to mess with Alicia's $30, but we're going to pay you 15% of Alicia's profits every day. So every day Alicia makes money, I will make 15% of that based off what the company pays me. It does not interfere with anything that Alicia makes. All right. And so that's one of the reasons that you could have people join. The reason I'm telling people about it, not to say that that's not a valuable reason, but so many times we don't hear about opportunities like this for our money to make money for us, especially so rapidly. And so I want people to have the opportunity to at least have the information to make a decision about, yes, this is something I want to do, or no, this is something I'm not interested. But what I don't want to happen is that people were ignorant of this platform and this avenue for investing and just couldn't do it because they didn't know. All right, so let's go to our next slide. So understand the power of compounding interest. Before I get into compound interest, let me talk about what has happened over the last 10 years. All right, in the last 10 years, your traditional savings account has brought you about 0.6 annual percentage yield. Stocks have brought about 16%. American stocks, international 7.39, bonds about 3%. Gold has actually declined. Real estate about 11%, and certificates of deposits is the lowest, which 0.04%. All right. Now, when you talk about risk versus reward, right? Some of the most safest, I know that doesn't make sense, some of the safest ways to invest money usually have some of the lower risk traditionally, right? So if you look over this over 10 years, you will see that the highest return is about 16% with stocks. The thing with that though, I invest in stocks. You got to do your research. You got to know which stock to buy, when to buy it, when to sell it. Should I hold it, right? You got to know all of this information. So seeing that high percentage of return is not guaranteed unless you have a lot of knowledge to go with that in order to know what to do. With the investment strategy we're talking about tonight, you don't got to have all of that knowledge to take advantage of 3% daily compounded interest, right? So let's look at the numbers. So $1,000, right? $1,000 in the savings account in 10 years, it got you about $61. In stocks, you would have made about $3,600. All right. In bonds, you made about $350. In gold, you basically lost $21. In real estate, you made about $2,000. And certificate of deposit, you made about $1,040. So I know some of you guys may be driving. So if you can, in the chat, let me know, how much do you think $1,000 invested in COTPS with 3% daily compounding would be? What do you think it'll be? All right, we got okay, appreciate it. $500. All right, $5,000. All right, so let's look at it. Let's see what it would be. All right. So if you look at $1,000 invested, all right, $1,000 invested, this is what you're looking at over time. And if you know it, I compared years to months. In 3 months, you would have exceeded what you could have done in 10 years in any of those traditional methods of investment. And I'm not saying anything's wrong with those other methods. I actually, if I go back and look at it, I have savings, I have stocks, I have gold, I have real estate, but I don't have a CD. All right. So I have all of those. All right. There's nothing wrong with having those. There's nothing wrong with diversification. But what I am saying, I've made more money in the last 3 weeks than I have in any of those in the same period of time or even longer. So yeah, in 2.5 months, you exceed what you could make in 10 years. And I know for a lot of people, this is probably what your face is looking like, right? Like I can't believe that. You got to be lying. But no, what's happening is the daily compounding of the interest makes a sum of money grow at a much faster rate than simple interest. And so every day when Alicia put the $1,000 in, the first day she got 1,030. Well, on day number 2, she doesn't get interest off 1,000. She gets the interest off $1,030. So she makes a little more money. All right. And so every day it's compounding. Every day your interest amount is growing. That's what gives it the ability to grow exponentially. And if you want to know more about compounding, I got a complete slideshow presentation that I'm happy to share with you that will walk you through everything about compounding, the concept. I'm a math major, right? There's the formula for calculating compounding. We don't have to go through all that tonight, but it's there if you want to know, you feel like, I really don't believe this, I need more information, right? I have that for you. Just shoot me a message. I'm happy to send that to you. All right, and it'll also be located on our website. So daily interest compounding. Daily compound interest is calculated using a simplified version of the compound interest formula. And so every day you're multiplying your principal amount by 1 plus a daily interest rate. Don't worry about the math. There's a calculator to do it for you. Let's take a look at it. So we're working with $1,000, right? At 3% daily. And we're just going to put in 1 month. All right, so $1,000, 3% daily at 1 month. We're going to include the weekends because it works every day of the week. And let's say you did that today. By the end of the month, all right, you're going to show a value of $2,500. All right, and this is what it's going to look like daily. So what happens is, you're going to put in $1,000, and the first day you're like, oh, that's just $30. You're right. But the second day is $30.90. The third day is $31.83. The fourth day, the fifth day, and before you know it, it's June 1st, and you've made $652. What have you done to do that? Not a lot. You press the button every day. Every 2 hours and 13 minutes, you press the button, or you purchase the bot to do it for you. And so this money, this $1,000 is working on your behalf. And so we just keep going. And then 1 full month is $2,500. And I did notice a discrepancy that I go back and correct on my other slide. It said a different amount, but we'll fix that. So the calculator shows every day, every single day, you are earning money. And so what happens now, let's go up and put in 3 months. In 3 months, your $1,000 has turned into $15,000. And every day it's small gains. And this is considering that you're not taking money out. This is just going straight forth, letting the money ride. But let's say you was like, man, I don't know about this. So let's say about this time, you doubled your money, your $1,000 in less than a month, right? If you started $1,000 in less than 1 month, on June the 8th, your money doubles. You could pull out the $1,000 that you put in, put it back in wherever you want it, and let the other $1,000 multiply. And then it'll do the same thing for you. You'll just be you'll start back 1 month from there. And so there's a lot of different ways that you can work this, but this is what your money is doing for you. This is what daily compounding is. So that you guys understand, it's just small increments added every day. The first day, 90 cents. The second day, 93 cents. The third day, it's a little more, but over time it grows. And I'm explaining that because a lot of people are like, this can't be true, but honestly, it is true. And that's what we've been seeing. And I'll show you my personal account just in a moment. All right. So money and time, major returns. So what we're used to as consumers, we're used to simple interest. We're used to putting our money in a bank account at the bank. Let's say you put $1,000 in the bank. At the end of the year, you may have $1,006 based off bank rates 0.06% return on savings account. So in one full year, your $1,000 brought you $6. In one day, in being in COTPS, you make 5 times the amount you would make in 1 year at your bank, right? It doesn't make, the numbers speak for themselves. I'm not making this up. You saw the calculator and you could see my account in a second. In one day, you make 5 times what you would have made with that same money being in a bank account. But once again, I am not your financial advisor. And I am just telling you about information that I have utilized and that has worked for me, and that the results for you, I cannot guarantee that, right? So with that, here's what happened for me. On 4/21, I was told about it. And that same day, I was like, look, I don't got to waste no time. I don't need to know everything going on. All I know is you said I can get 3% every day. So I put $100 in, right? I messed with that for about 3 days. I was like, whoa, this is really working. So I added 986. If you wonder why the numbers are odd, there's some transaction fees and stuff. So if you want to put $1,000 in, you got to do a little more than 1,000 so that it makes it 1,000 in your account. And so then it was really working. I was like, all right, let me grab some more change and put in there. So I put $8,400 in there. And then on 5/13, I was just testing a different way. So all in, I'm at 95.8475. All right. For those that can type, what do you think I'm at today? What do you think my value is today? My $9,500. All right. And you see, really, I didn't get rolling until the 29th. So the 29th to today is today's the 15th. So we're talking 17 days. In 17 days, how much money do you think I've made? All right. I got 15,000. And I know some of you guys are driving, so I am not asking you guys to do that. 3,000. All right, let's take a look. I haven't logged into my account today, so let's go see where it's at. So as of today, let me go to my transaction home. And this is what your account will look like. As of today, my profit is $461 today. That's today's profit. And based off this time, this is Eastern Standard Time. So this ran about 5:56. So it'll run again at about 8:15 and again about 10:30. So I'll be well over $500 I'll make today, probably about 550. But let's go to income statistics so that you guys can figure out what I made. In 16 days, Alicia, you was close. You were real close. Let's double your number and add $400. So in those days, I made about $6,402.48. All right, that's the income I've made. Now that doesn't count the money that I may get from my level 1 people who remember, I'll use the example of Alicia, who came in and put $1,000 in, and she gets $30 that first day, and I get 15% of that, which is $4.50, right? So that doesn't count that. That's another $1,200. So in all, I've made $7,600 in 16 days based off the money that I put in. And this is realistic based off your amount. So if you put in $1,000, right, we can go back to the calculator and we can look at $1,000 in about 16 days. All right, and 16 days, today is the 15th, so about the end. In 16 days, you'll make about $604. All right, so that you can map out what you'll make. Now, if you got other people to join under you, that amount goes up because you'll get not only your 3%, but you'll also get 15% of what they're making. And so that's why my number is a little larger than what the calculator would say it to be. But I'm at $17,000. I'm at $17,000. I started with 9,500. So I am baked by the end of the day today. I will be about 8 grand in the positive in 16 days. Yeah, Alicia, it really is unbelievable. Honestly, I didn't, and that's why I'm not lying to you. You saw what I started with. I'm like, let me mess with this to make sure, right? That's what I started with, and because I just wanted to test it out. Like I said, I show you my account. I mean, because I want people to understand that this is facts, right? You can go in and I'll show you my withdrawal records. They'll match my presentation. Oh, that's withdrawal. Hold on. Let me go show you. Let me go to mine. Recharge records. It'll show you everything I deposited, right? I deposited $17, just so you guys know I'm not lying. So that's everything I deposited according to that my presentation. That's it. That was $9,500. And today my account is at 17,352, right? And so in order to make a once you fund your account, while I'm here, let me go see if I have any level 1 money, and I'll show you what we need to do. Sorry about that. All right, I don't even have enough level. It just ran, so I don't have enough funds to let me see, level 2. It's not gonna be anything there either. Yeah. Let me receive that. Let me see, can I get to $5? Let's see. Let's see here. All right, cool. I don't think I'm gonna make it quite to 5. Oh yeah, I made it right at $5.80. All right, so I got your question, Alicia. I'll be right back with you. So once you guys join, if you choose to do so, this is what you got to do to make money. So I just saw somebody put $2,500 in there. So if you had $2,500, it'll show up over here. You go to immediate competition for orders. This does everything for you. It'll go find you an order. All you got to do is sell it. So somebody, so it's using $2. It tells me what I'll make. My profit will be a little less than a penny. And that's not a big deal because you got to understand it's doing this about 12 times a day. Every 2 hours, basically, is what happens. And so I hit confirm. That's it. That's all you do is do that until your balance is less than $5. So if I try to do it now, it says I can't because it's lower than $5. So because I got $17,000 in here, once again, this is Eastern Standard Time. So this happened at 5:56. So right before I got on, it happened. So about 8:12, all this $17,000 will return to the wallet balance because it would have gone through simultaneously buying and selling the crypto and taking advantage of that value. And if you look over here, it'll tell you exactly what's happening. So one of the times it used 10,000 USDT, which is Tether, and it brought me a revenue of $31.75. Then it used 4,195, and it brought me a revenue of $12.58. So all throughout the day, it's telling you what's happening. All of these are trades just today. So that's what I'm saying. It's not that you're making this money all at once. It's multiple small actions that add up throughout the day. So all day today I've been trading, and these, I mean, $30 over and over and over again throughout the day is what gives you this number right here. All right. So Alicia wanted to know what $2,500 looks like. All right, Alicia. All right. So before you see it, what do you think $2,500 look like in 3 months? Let me see what your number is. I'm just wondering. I'm always curious because when we first saw the calculator, all right, 10,000. All right, in 3 months, you're only 3.7 times short. In 3 months, $15,000 becomes $37,928. If you subtract your so that is what you get. So your profit will be 35,000 after you subtract your principal of 2,500. In 1 month, let's go monthly. In 1 month, you'll make $1,500 the first month. The second month, all right, you make $5,000. The third month, you make 14,000, right? Because that's the art of daily compounding. Let's go look at daily. The first day, that $2,500 made $75. The second day, it made 77. The third day, it made 79. So by June 1, Alicia, you would have made $1,632 simply by going and clicking that button. And there's another way to automate it, and our team will be able to give you instructions on how to do that if you choose to invest in this. But that's it. I mean, that's what it will look like for you, and that's what things are looking like. So I go to this calculator and I put in 9,900. That's what I had in 3 months. That's what it becomes. So you just saw mine. I'm at the point now. I'm because of other things, level ones added to it. I'm at the $530 range. So I'm a few days ahead because of the fact that I have some level one people of the 15% that the company's giving me for that. So this is where I'm at, right? And you guys saw how that's on track. So that's the legitimacy to that, just so everybody know. All right, so let me wrap up. All right, so are there any other questions? And I know like somebody was driving, so if you want to come off mute, feel free to come off mute and just ask your question. But some people may be here. I'm not sure how you made it here, but in order to sign up, all you got to do is, if you came here from my post or anything like that, all you got to do is go to click the link in the chat. All right, or you can message me and I'll send it to you. If you came here from Pastor Edwin's post, then I'll post his copy link. So if I invited you, if you came here because of me, click the top one. If you came here because of Pastor Edwin, click the bottom one. Because once again, whoever invited you, that's who referral link you need to use. If you came here from someone other than Pastor Edwin or myself, then please contact the person who invited you and get their link. All right. And that's all you need to do. That's the first step. It's simply to go here and sign up. It's super easy. Let me log out. All right. You click our link. When you click our link, it'll come here. You enter your phone number. Then you hit the next step. You set up a password. Then it sends you an email to confirm it. And that's all you have to do to register, right? After you have registered, you're going to log in. You're going to go to mine. You're going to go to identity verification. And you're going to hold up your ID and take a picture beside your face. And it's going to verify your identity, right? That's the first step. Once that step is done, then you can go to my website, which I also send you. And on the website, you will find instructions, all right, on everything you need to do. All right, the instructions will be here. It'll walk you through. What I just told you to do was to know your customer, identity verification. That's step 4. Next, you want to fund your account. All the instructions on how to fund your account are already here, right? We have videos. We have all types of things that's already available for you to utilize once you join the team. But please do not come to this page until you have done what? Registered your account. Registration takes about 2 minutes max. And then from there, you could be funded within an hour, usually, depending on how you need to be funded. I will tell you up front, there are some, if you try to fund directly from a wallet, it takes longer. But if you utilize Cash App or some immediate type of funding, you can do it faster. And if you get, once you get to step 6, it actually walks you through some quick workarounds to fund your account today versus having to wait for the money to be deposited into a wallet. All right. So the website is there to help you, as well as simply messaging myself or the person who referred you, and they will help you as well. All right. So once again, I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I'm just sharing results with you that has worked for me. All right. Results are not guaranteed. And if for any investment, please understand inherent in any investment, right? There's a risk. My money in the stock market, I got stocks right now. This week alone, I lost, I think it was around $6,000, right? Because inherent in any risk, if you go look at your 401k, if you go look at your Roth IRA or your regular IRA, if you go look at any of those things right now, they have all lost money this week because inherent in any investment is some risk, right? I own real estate. Inherent in real estate, there's some risk. I have some tenants that pay, and that's great, but some that didn't pay. So I lost money. I had some that keep the property well, but I had some that destroyed the property and it cost me money. Yeah, I could take them to court, but that too costs money. So in everything, there's a risk. But once again, COTPS has shown itself to be a low to moderate risk because as we're making money, the company's making money. All right. So I see questions. Pastor Evan asked that question there. So are there any other questions for me as we conclude today's presentation? Anything else you guys would want to know? Yeah, I was trying to make sure we're under an hour, right at 40 minutes.
Question.
Yes, ma'am.
Say I were to fund, say I were to fund, just say tomorrow when the bank's open. Can I start trading? Is the COTPS website, is it already set up? And it's just a matter of once the money gets there to start hitting that button?
Very good question. So let me, so once you fund, all right, let me get the transaction home. Once you fund, your money's going to show up here. It's going to say, whatever it is. Last thing you told me, you said, what if on $2,500, right? Mm-hmm. So the $2,500 will show up here. The moment you see this money, you start hitting this button right here. And as you hit that button, it goes out. Every time it pops up, it's going to show you what it showed me. It's going to say, usually your first one's the biggest one. If you look at this, I got $17,000. So the first one went for 10,000. I'm sorry, the first one went for 10,000, right? And it tells you all the facts about that one. But it went for 10,000, made 31. All right, so your first one may go out, it may be $1,500. So you got $1,000 left. The next one may be 500. But each one of you keep hitting this button until you get this sign right here. All right, and then every 2 hours and 13 minutes, the money comes back from the transaction into your wallet balance. And then you hit this button again every 2 hours and 13 minutes. Now down the line, Miss Alicia, there are instructions on how to automate the process, how to purchase a bot, things like that. That's something you can do if you desire to do that, all right? And we'll help you with that. And the thing that we ask is that you please just read through the instructions and watch the videos. Like if you come down here, there's video. How do I register? How to log in? how to complete verification. There are videos that are there for you, right? We just ask that you do your due diligence. There's frequently asked questions. Am I guaranteed to make money? All right. We can't guarantee that you make money, right? We can't guarantee that we make money. It's an investment, and that's something you got to do. But this website here will be an asset to you. And anybody, and even as you get in, if you decide to do it and you want new people to come in, right? Because you're part of the team, you just refer them to this website as well. The presentation I've done today, as well as the presentations Pastor Edwin has done, we're going to put them both on the website. So you may have a cousin, a friend, a coworker to say, you might like, man, they would be interested in this. You don't got to know everything about it. Just share the Zoom, one of our Zooms with them. They can watch it. And then if they're interested, then send them your referral code to sign up. And doing that is easy. So once you're signed up, so that was a question yesterday. How soon can I invite other people? The moment you create your account, you can start inviting other people, whether it's funded or not. You sign in, you go right here, and all you do is click copy. It's going to copy your link. You can run over the Facebook, text message, send that link to them, have them register. All right. So very good questions. And did I answer that for you?
Yes.
All right. All right. So good. And as you can see in the comments, I mean, people are making money doing it. I mean,
it looks like something you might have millionaires doing this.
That's our goal. We all got millionaire dates. So if I go back real quick, right? We all got millionaire dates. So so I got in a little before that. So let's put 17,000. I forgot what I was at, 17,500. All right. So let's put 17,500 and let's do 4 months. 4 months.
Whoa.
I know. So in 4 months, look. So my millionaire date is somewhere between, let's go to daily, right? And that's granted, I don't get any more level ones. So if nothing changes, right? If nothing changes from today, on September the 29th, oh, that's my mom's birthday. On September 29th, there will be $1,004,009.53 in my account. That's my millionaire date. So everybody got like, hey, forget birthdays. What's my millionaire date this year? So that's the thing. So yes, ma'am. Now, the thing I was usually a question about taxes, right? I throw that in there. We are not CPAs, right? But what we can advise is that most likely it'll be capital gains and that you should keep 40% of whatever you take out for taxes, right? So I'm going to, if I withdrew all of this down to 100,000, then I need to take out 40% for taxes. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of millionaires made through this, all right? So, so yeah, those are the numbers. And then it gets crazy real quick.
Wow.
A millionaire in September, 1 million, but by the end of October, the 29th, right, it's 2.4. But by November 29th, it's 6. And then by Christmas, I didn't put Christmas on there. Let me scroll up. Let's go do one more month so we can see Christmas. All right, Christmas is going to look different for a lot of people. All right, let me go to daily. All right, let's scroll down, look at Christmas. By Christmas, 13 million, right? So, but it's all just based off daily compounding.
Wow.
And what we're telling people on our teams, because we're invested in people, right? We want people to grow. We want people to become wealthy and establish wealth that could bless generations. And we want to support those people. And part of that is having a strategy for withdrawing your money as well, right? Knowing how am I going to pull this money to take care of life, to have other strategy, tax shelter and all of that. Some of that will be a CPA. We'll just share like I shared today. I just share with you what I'm doing. I make no guarantees that it'll happen for you. I'm not a financial advisor, but we're just sharing ideas so that people will have understanding of what they could do once they become millionaire status, because it'll be something that a lot of people have never experienced. And so you might want to know what to do with that type of money once you experience that. So that's the great thing about being a part of this team. We're going to always share with you with no guarantees, though, that it's the way to go, just what we're doing. All right, very good question. Anything else before we wrap up? All right, cool. So if there's nothing else, then once again, I'm going, for sake of convenience, I will paste my link, Raf's link. If you came here based off my invitation, that's my link. If you came here based off Pastor Evans' invitation, select those links. If I know, like I said, some of you were driving and things and you can't access the chat once I end this Zoom, simply message us and we'll be happy to provide our links to you. All right. So thanks so much for your time tonight. I think that's everything. Pastor Evans, is there anything I missed that you are aware of? But the website is still being built as I wait to see if Pastor Edwin has anything else. The website is up and it's very fluid right now, but we're building something that people on our teams can easily access and utilize. All right. So he hasn't added a comment. So I think we're all good at this time. I'm going to stop the recording.
Recording stop.